Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the RaceKraft Simulations V8 Vets. This is the famous Chook raffle for Split 4. I'm John Van Ree, and with me in the chat this evening, we have one Daniel Schaefer, Mark Dial, and from over the great ditch itself, Ross Watson. How are we, boys?
Good,
Yeah,
good. Thanks, John.
Yes, good, thank you.
So tonight we come from the beautiful Canadian Motorsport or Canadian Tires Motorsport circuit. Big shout out to everybody out in the chat watching. Quite a few people already in there, quite excited to see everybody with us. Let's have a look at this circuit though. Mosport, a favourite among quite a few people, quite well known, of course, for Brenton O'Brien winning a Scots race apparently. I have to get rid of this track out of it. We start on the start-finish straight, and then we head down the hill through turn 1, where we then sweep up over the rise at the crest at 2 through Clayton's Corner, down through the hill at 2A, typical North American circuit with all these A's and B's. We then come through Quebec Corner and then sweep ourselves down the hill into turn 4 and up into the famous 5A, 5B, 5C complex, otherwise known as Moss Corner, named after the great Sterling himself. And then we head up the hill through Mario Andretti Straight, and then not quite a straightaway, a few little kinks in there, just upset a few people. See who winds up getting collected in that area. And then we head up through the top part, crest, just before the end of the Mario Andretti straightaway, and then we go through turns 8 and 9, otherwise known as the S's. Pretty exciting part of the circuit. And then we finish with the last corner going through White's Corner. Of course, it's about a minute 19 lap time if you're Luke Powell, and then if you're the rest of us, it's about a minute 20-something. Yes, I think somebody did say that Luke's qualifying time would have put him in P2 or 3 and split 2. Yep, so, yeah, very interesting. Good to have Camo back in the chat as well. He's starting to prep himself, I think, for his return or his introduction into vets as a rookie very shortly. Keep an eye out for Mr. Cam doing that. Righto, let's have a look at the championship. I better make sure I got the right one up first. This is with 2 drop rounds now. 1 drop round for this one. Sorry, I better fix this screen. It's 2 drop rounds for the next one we're going to do at the end of the race.
Yeah, cool. So it's 2 drop rounds each series. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. So let's have a look at the championship. We have a correction from last week, and let me say this, that I was informed I had it wrong. I corrected it. So here it is. Mr. Luke Powell is on top of the table. Not Phil. For Phil. So Phil's sitting at 859 points. Daniel Schaefer sitting in third. Schaefer doing well, mate. Big battle. Yeah. Ross Watson in there, and the better-looking Baxter sitting in 5th, only 8 points behind. So it's definitely going to be an absolute battle there. It's looking good, this battle title fight. Powell's definitely well ahead, but the battle further back is tight as we drop back into Lester Craig. Marty Hughes having a week off due to licence points. Nathan Cadman working this week. Darren Friend in 9th, Adam Hughes in 10th. So some good battling going on in that mid-pack in there. So we've looked at the track. We have looked at the championship standings. I think the only thing we need to look at now really is the grid. So we'll bring that up and flick through that one. So we have on pole, with no surprises, Mr. Luke Powell. He is sitting there nicely out there, doing very well with a 1:19.412. And he's nearly 5/10, nearly half a second quicker than the man in P2, which is the rookie, of course, Brad Grant from Team AJR. That is a great battle from him to get himself onto the pole. He should be onto the front row, sorry. He should be pretty chuffed with that. And I'm just looking at something else that hasn't worked, which I'll try and sort out once we get going. Daniel Schaefer, mate, you've got yourself on the second row. You should be pretty chuffed with that one, of course, from Omen Racing. And then in your lining up next to you is Phil Whiting. So the fast guys coming to the top. Nathan Favero from Tulip Racing sitting in 5th, and sharing the third row is Braden O'Loughlin from Prog League Juice. KO Philo, this guy from We Race, he has been very consistent qualifying in the top 10 all season. So it's been a great effort from him, and he lines up alongside Shadow Racing's Lester Craig. So Lester getting himself in the top 10 again. Daryl Callahan on the 5th row with Matty Fu from Apex Esports. So that's another case again of the rookies blocking out that top 10. So absolutely seeing some interesting things occurring in and around that area. So definitely looking forward to seeing what these guys can do in this race. On the 6th row is Shane Patterson from Nova Simsport lining up alongside Rob Baxter from CX2. So definitely some good competition amongst those two.
No
Ross,
right?
It is an interesting row. Yes, Ross Watson from Misfit Racing back in 13th, and he's lining up alongside Tommy DeWitt from WKMP on the 7th row. On the 8th row, Jeff Sanford from Player One had some gear trouble last week. Hopefully he's got it sorted. Vaughan Robinson, he lines up alongside him from Southern Cross Racing. On the next row, of course, on the 9th row, Simon Pitt from Southern Cross Racing lines up alongside Doug Wright from Old Mates and Sons. On the 10th row, Darren Freer lines up alongside Dave Holly from Player One. And then on the 11th row is Adam Hughes from Gamma Flare Esports lining up alongside Glenn Wilbo from Omen Racing. On the 12th row, Sean Slater for Henry James Racing lining up alongside Phil Marsh. Great to see Marshy sitting in 24th, a cracking time from him. And over the page, Greg Sholton lines up alongside David Baldock on the 13th row. 14th row sees Jeff Eddy from Team AJR lining up alongside Darren Friend from Old Mates and Sons. Bruce Galloway is back on the 15th row alongside David Logsdale. Tim Hall is in on the 16th row alongside Darren Vermey. On the 17th row, Darren Walden from Angry Birds back with Tim Vermey as well. And then we go back into Van Ree. WKMP lines up alongside Craig Rose. And over the page, we have Kevin O'Neill from We Race setting his time there, lining up alongside Anita Buckland. Peter Morris, the last person to set a time. He is the last man on the grid. And Travis Azzopardi is our race controller, along with Lucas Burt and Luke Neville, lining up to do the officiation for us. So it is an interesting grid, boys.
Good to see you got Travis's name right tonight.
And Luke, I'm doing very well. 2 for 2. I'm just going to quickly, while we get ourselves sorted, I've just had a couple of little things play up on me here. So,
another decent sized field tonight.
Another decent sized field, yeah. I think we should be pretty chuffed with that. Luke is the man to watch here. He is doing very well. Get this and run this hopefully. Should get all that happening. And okay, I'll let that do what that's got to do. And I've got the screen in the middle. What's that?
Mr. Allman reckons points penalty, all cars, no banners.
That's what I'm fixing up, Mr. Allman. The old Windows update last night has killed me with everything. So, anyway, they're all happening now in the background.
Yeah, I got one staring at me going, update me. Nope. Everything's working. I'll leave that as long as I can.
Yep. Righto. So, now that some liveries should start to pop on, we get my magic spreadsheet open on the other screen.
Yep.
Where I can see that. I can see the chat. Good to see some great people in there. Great to have Dane coming all the way from over in Europe. We've got Mr. Fewens in the house. Everyone except expecting big things from Dave Baldock 37. Big things going on over in the Baldock world, yes. See what happens there. And Muggo in as well. Great to have Anita. Pato. Tried to call you twice today, mate, to have a chat. Anita Buckland in there as well. Camo, great to have him in. It's good to see. I thought it was only, Sebring's got 3 years, but anyway, we'll see how he goes there. And the Fish is in the house. Another great ex-Albury Wodonga Kart Club driver. Plenty of them around. And technical difficulties, yeah, we have a few of those. And definitely, will Luke Powell jump from split 3 and go straight to split 2? Are you at the pub, Sean? We'll run the pub test now. And we might just see, of course, we did talk about Shane Patterson. We might have a look. We'll jump on with Rob Baxter. And we might light the wick on this, boys. What do you reckon?
Thank you, mate. Fire up.
Let's go.
Get that one up a bit. Everything.
Blonde poor chopper on this one already.
You reckon chopper? Get to the chopper.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That says something.
Sorry, Rob.
Righto, let's light the wick. And we're away.
Close start.
And a bit of pinball there. Another tap. Baldock getting a, I'd call that a net code. And jump out the front. Brad Grant has gone.
Yeah, he had a cracking start.
Jeebus. He's almost got a second on them.
Powell back into third. Schaefer into second. Whiting, he's held station. KO up 2 spots. Bavero and Daryl Callahan up 2. Pato up 3. So whoever had the number in the Pato raffle, that's going to, the kitty's going to jackpot. It's going to double for next week. So
Luke's gone.
Look at 2 chooks.
yeah, Luke's a little bit further back.
You got a spin?
Oh, I don't know.
A little loose, I think.
Yeah.
See, I was going to say I've never seen the back of his car, but I'm actually just there.
I think he got hooked up on the curb there.
I think he's probably figuring, correct me if I'm wrong here, he's probably figuring if I drop back into the pack, I get a little bit more airtime.
What's his name out there?
Just putting that out there.
Those boys at the front have just yapped us.
So definitely some good battles. They are gone. KO doing very well here. This bloke's been one of the quiet little achievers, I think, this season.
Might agree with that.
He doesn't get himself into too much trouble either.
No.
Talking, you don't hear people complaining about him.
Yeah, I think he's had a couple of computer issues, which is unfortunate. Oh, we just commentators cursed him.
Yep, we did, didn't we? Bugger.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
A few other names I was supposed to be looking at, but we never went to those. But anyway, I think they've got away with it. One running slow back there.
There's a spin.
That was Greg, I think, with a spin. Let's have a look at Vaughan Robinson from Southern Cross Racing. I did fix that and saved it, so I don't know why it's not saying it. Apologies to the boys at the team, but the livery speaks for itself. In a quite little tight battle here.
Oh,
Mr. Slater, yeah, Shawnee in the thick of it, 2 deep. Great side-by-side racing from these boys.
Oh, someone didn't face.
Player 1 off to the side.
Sandy.
I was getting a bit nervous here. There's a lot of guys around.
A lot of people around everywhere. It was really tough racing.
It was good fun. I just knew if I hitched onto Sean, he'd tow me up. He generally makes a lot of spots.
Anyway, he's doing well. Let's see if he can hang on to it here. No, he's gone wide. Just opens the door up for the train to go through. Small mistakes hurt.
Especially there, because you've got that whole straight.
Yeah.
You just get whomped. Done the right thing though. Kept wide till you got out of speed. Got up.
So Brucey Galloway was part of that fighting group. Rossi Watson sitting just in front of him.
Just a misfit.
And up it went backwards. It was a good looking car though, eh? There's my plug for the night.
Green eyes are on the hunt.
Oh, here we go. Jump on board with Bruce behind. Little bit of a twitch there, Ross.
Yep. I think I get a nice one up the inside here, don't I?
Here we go. Big smoke in front.
We get the racy.
Oh, Bruce.
Land.
Oh, I just loved how the rear bumper just went straight back on. If anyone else would be like, gone, dead, thank you.
What a big crew.
He's obviously paid his pit crew this week.
Yeah, that was a bit hasty from Glenn.
Check on our mate Pato. He's sitting in 6th. He's got Lukey Powell behind him now. Great drive from Pato here. Already up 5 spots into the top 10.
Hold him up, Pato. Hold him up, son.
Pato keeps this up. It's drive of the day material.
There it is.
Of course, only one compulsory pit stop. I did get a message this morning from an anonymous driver wanting me to get RC to check that everyone did their 2 compulsory pit stops last night.
Gotta read those sub rigs.
Obviously, he didn't.
I'm just heeding advice from the boss, Mr. Van Ray. So I've been reading.
Yeah, I haven't done them yet, but there will be some interesting things happening at Daytona. It won't be the stock standard, so some people are asking, is Van Ree really that crazy to do rain at night?
Oh, he's Daytona at night.
Yes, he is.
They say the briefing of Powerboat Racing, they say if you're uncomfortable with the rules and the regulations and the way that the course and the racing meetings run, please pull out of the race meeting now. That's what they say at the race briefing.
Yep.
If you're unhappy with the way it's run, please leave.
Hang on, what's that? Discord. There's all these people disconnecting.
Oh, it's tidy now.
Here we go.
Ram him,
Oh,
Pato.
oh, hang tough, Pato, hang tough.
Oh.
Tuck in his tails, Pato. Get on his tail. Get nice and tight. Rubbins Racing.
Just 1 more second, Pato would have helped me.
Big shout out to Breesy McLeod in the Discord, in the YouTube chat as well. Got everybody thinking now, haven't I?
I heard snow.
Can do fog as well. Imagine that. Monsoonal rain, fog at night.
It would be fun. I raced a road race go-kart at Oran Park once in the rain. It was the most funnest race I've ever done in my life.
Well, the only time I've ever beaten my brother was in the rain.
Hey, W is a W. Hope you.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
The old stiff cart was just that little bit better. Pato, welcome to SRW. Yes, SRW last week at Winton for Split 2, boys. A monsoon. There was puddles at Winton where I've never seen puddles before, which was interesting.
When the rain first come out, I tested it out at Watkins Glen. You should have seen the puddles there. Jeez. That'd be an interesting one. Bus stop was full of water.
Hard enough when it's dry. RC3G.
I'm actually sitting here in an SVG shirt, to be honest.
What's that?
I'm actually sitting here in an SVG shirt. I got it when I was at Taupo. Is that how you guys pronounce it? Or?
Oh.
Tapo.
Us Kiwis call it. Us Kiwis call it Taupo.
Tapo. Oh, well, that we have to. Lap 8. I missed one. That's all right. I don't think that person will be upset me by not showing their blemishes.
Probably not.
think it's this is a time where these tyres are starting to. If you've been hard on the tyres, it's a bit of a hard run from now on. You've sort of been in long enough to start to not be happy with your car.
Yeah, I was trying to move that brake bias a lot further forward, but it chewed the shit out of your tyres, so I just kept it as standard. Or what the setup came with. Seemed to hold the front a bit better.
Yeah, I went rear.
Yeah, I'm a long way rear at the moment with my setup. I don't know why, but I was back at 58.6, I think.
Yeah, in the chat, I'd agree with Bruce McLeod on that one. That Bathurst 12 hour was like a skating rink.
Well, that's kind of funny you're talking about skating rink, because a lot of people complaining about not having the draft. Much of a draft model in these cars, so you really just got to pressure the person in front to make a mistake. So what do we do? Do we ramp it up? Do we go to hot tracks? Make it harder, make it more, look after the tyres?
Warmer tracks, not hot track.
Well, if we're going to be racing, if we're going to race in the afternoon, the track's going to be warmer, even if it's 18 degrees, isn't it? The ambient temperature's 18, the track temperature will be warmer.
Yeah, I do SNZ on Tuesday night, and they run on hot tracks. It's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, nothing like 52 degrees.
We just imagine that's what it's like over in Aussie, mate. It's always rain over here.
What's that? I haven't seen that stuff in a long time. What's that?
Yeah.
Come in New South Wales. Oh my god.
I am in New South Wales. I haven't seen rain in a long time.
Okay. Move to the coast then.
Yeah, move to the coast, yeah. I'm trying to just work over there at the moment.
Well, that was messy.
And here goes that whole pressure thing.
Yep.
Where's Pity? He's doing all right. He's got his teammate Robinson behind him still.
So the mover and shakers. I see Tim Hall's up 10. Slater's up 9. Hughesy's up 9.
Addo's up 5.
Addo's up 5.
Tim Hall
Luke's
up
down
10.
4.
Mr. Eddie's up 8.
They say who's forgotten? Who's remembered? Luke Powell, forgotten?
Luke who?
Yes. Oh, it's the only time we can hang crap on him. Please. Hope he's listening.
He's out there. He'll watch, don't worry. Well, it wasn't watching last week, and I still got told everything was wrong.
Oh, we got a change.
Oh, no.
No, too much re-brake there.
Hall's up 10. Rose is up 10. So a few movers and shakers in the pack.
You're up 13, John.
Oh, nicely done.
A long way to go.
Brady's down a bit. He's dropped 22.
22, yeah. He was caught up in a few little incidents.
Yeah, I heard the 97 get called out a few times.
Yeah. And where are we?
I just got a text message, John. 700 mils of rain this year up in the in Lake Macquarie, Newcastle area.
In Newcastle, and it's even more when you go further north.
Yeah, wow.
Someone up at Kempsey was telling the lads that they'd had 1.5 meters of rain already.
Fuck.
Jesus. Oh, for that
Oh, Whiting's jump for Valero. Oh no, they keep fucking. Bit of a battle going on there, I think.
Yeah, that's
All
right. Brad and I just got a nice rhythm here. His first hit.
I think his boys are supposed to cop an absolute piddling of rain too over the next 5 days as well, aren't you?
Yeah, there's lots of emails going around at work.
So were you just settling in here waiting for the first round of stops to go, or were you trying to...
I was definitely trying to look after my tyres. I found that I could hang in there with him, but it wasn't like I was waiting either. Like, he was driving really well. I think we were sort of sitting around a high 120 to a 121 flat, something like that.
Just try to extend that gap to the guys behind you.
Yeah, well, Nathan, Phil, they sort of started dropping off, so I didn't have enough to pass Brad, to be honest. I could sort of hang with him. I made a couple of mistakes and then sort of got it back again to that 0.56, and I was a bit stronger here, and then he was a bit stronger in other areas.
The old rubber band effect.
Yeah, yep. But he was going really well.
It's not going to be long before it all fully clicks for that boy, I reckon.
Yeah.
Still well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't like this corner when I was practicing, and I finally got a comfortable position there on the Wednesday night before we raced.
Definitely had to turn in a bit later than you think.
Yeah. And there's a lot of different lines coming in here too.
Yeah, fish. Western side of the range, mate. Understand that. I hate to see what Albury looks like. Might digress from what I'm doing here to go look, but yeah, it'd be something very similar to that. Probably a bit less even. Alright, just means it's got to turn the tap off down to Mr. Dial.
We haven't had any rain for a while.
Yeah, I think the lake's only about 20%, so maybe even less.
I had rain on Thursday night.
It's pretty even here, isn't it?
Yeah, you're not catching him.
Nah.
You guys are extending that gap though, big time.
Yeah, it was really fun, to be honest, because there was not lots of pressure. It might have been pressure on him, but when I didn't have any pressure. But he just ran a little wider than I do. So he's probably like a little bit later apex, and I'm a little bit earlier.
Nice, it keeps it on the edge of the curb though. Like he's not on the curbs.
Nah.
It's not. Oh, there goes Mr. Powell into the pit lane.
Yep, rolled in early, which I thought was a surprise. It's obviously trying the undercut.
Yeah. Or he's hurt his tyres trying to get back through.
So I was surprised quite a few other, like, there wasn't really anyone tried the undercut too much. Like,
Well,
with
the one stop, it's a long run on your second stint, isn't it? It's 22 laps or something.
Yeah, but track position's everything.
Yeah, 100%. When I fuel ran it on the Monday, I only got 16 laps, but in the race I actually dropped off to 2.8 litres per lap, and it got me into 17 laps, I think, on that first stint.
I saw when at Tallangatta, they moved old Tallangatta town. That's not very low when you see Tallangatta town. Last I've seen it's 2.5% or 2.4%. Basically just a little piddle at the base of the wall. Very, very sad when you think it's the 7 times the volume of Sydney Harbour. The third biggest lake in Australia. Basically provides a water source for the irrigation all the way down along the Murray. Slats into the lane, lap 15 now, so everyone's starting to get to the end of their end of their tank. We'll see who's been doing a little bit of fuel saving shortly. Jump on with Leicester, lap 15. Might jump on with Powell because he did go and do that stop. Where did he come out? So he actually came out all the way back in 29th, so that's a big risk as well.
There's still a long way to go.
Maybe he's open for a pace car or something.
Well, he's behind Baldock at the moment. That's the worry.
He's fast.
Bulldog, yeah, I know. No, blue 37. A little bit of damage on Bulldog. Of course, he had that net code on turn 1 with that incident with Baxter.
Wasn't even turn 1, was it?
It wasn't even turn 1, no, just after the line.
Did he make the start line?
Looked like he might have been going, shit, is that Luke Powell behind me?
Yeah. I think a few of us did that, mate.
He would have been saying Luke who.
Yeah, definitely parked it in the middle. You know, earned this spot, boy.
Of course, no Gunter in Discord last night to calm him down as he heads into the lane. Smart move. Oh, he missed it.
Hey.
I hope you got enough fuel, Dave. So Rose, DeWitt, Holly, Adam Hughes, and Phil Marsh in the lane now. Rainfall for the 140 mils, yeah, not a hell of a lot. Thanks, Fish.
Helen go to the town that drowned.
Yeah. So when they did stage 2 of Lake Hume, after the Second World War, they increased the wall height. So that meant the town of Tallangatta. And it's a mistake.
Oh.
He's having a shocker.
Shows he's trying, John. He had him under pressure.
Oh, yeah.
It took us 7 rounds.
No, Tallangatta say, yeah, they raised the wall, so they had to move the town.
Really? Is that a true story?
It's a true story.
Yeah, wow.
So they moved the town to its current location. So when the lake's low like it is at the moment, you can actually go and walk the foundations of a lot of the houses that were in the area. Yeah. Like a friend of mine owns a property called Bethanga Park, and the original house was actually moved brick by brick to the current location, where they knocked down a two-story house and built a one-story house out of the same bricks.
Jeez. Imagine the poor sucker had to clean the water off.
Yeah.
Put him back up.
Yeah. So Shafe's in the lane, so Whiting he'll probably be diving in too. So a couple of boys here going a lap or two longer.
I don't know how they do it.
A little bit of fuel saving. As they're all diving in. Yep.
Matty's too. He's going well too, isn't he? He's pretty consistent.
Lester's going to go one more.
I heard his pit man just said, pit this lap. Surely he hasn't got much fuel left. In front of him.
In front of him? No, that was Peter Morris.
Right.
That had just passed.
Yeah.
So nearly everyone stopped. So Darren Vermeer's the other one. Freya's gone an extra lap as well. Now there's Bulldog. 2,419 millimetres for Townsville.
Holy crap.
Yeah. You got a friend up there who's sick of the sight of rain.
Mind you, they did get a lot of that rain in central Queensland as well, which is now coming down into Lake Eyre. A lot of flooding through Inaminka and Birdsville, through the Channel Country. Crew at work's been sending me a lot of photos when they've been out that way, as we see Darren Freer heading into the lane. And Lester Craig, Vaughan Robinson going in. Bit of fuel saving from the Southern Cross racer. We'd expect that. So let's see where Shafe rolls out after all these stops. He's our leader non-stopper.
Pretty funny, isn't it? how my heart rate, and I nearly lost it there. How my heart rate went up when I realised I was back in the loop.
Oh.
And I thought,
Oh, yeah, you'll be right. So I wonder how.
I come out 4 seconds in front of Brad too, and I'm not sure how I did that.
Yeah, that's what I was just
Well,
trying to figure out.
Brad's stop was 28.1 seconds. Yours was 28.128. So I'm assuming he's overrun his line.
Yeah, he must have.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he's put the right amount of fuel in.
Hmm. That's correct, Fish. Yeah, there used to be a circuit next to it. Lucky enough to be driven around it when my brother was 18. So what I would have been 12, driven around it. And my old man does have slides. For those who can remember what those are.
I actually.
He has slides of race meetings out there with Peter Brock racing around it. So
The old Friday night family night slides as well.
yep. God, I'm showing my age.
I remember Bill's going good tonight. Gotta go.
All right, let's go. We'll give it a battle. Braden O'Loughlin, he's in the thick of it here. He has Vaughan Robinson behind, Freer in front.
Oh, Ferreira's gone wide.
Whoop.
Someone
It's
did.
just,
Yeah, it was
some close
Freer.
racing there.
The lap 20, so past the halfway mark now.
Vaughan's running wide there.
Yep. Opening the door up for Pato, the man, the myth, the legend.
Just needs an inch, not the whole door. There you go. Oi.
Of course, you're talking blokes that wear it all on their sleeve. Definitely a legend. These boys here fighting very hard.
Oh,
Whoa, Baxter!
drawn out of my way.
Baxter, that was Baxter! Oh, what happened with Baxter?
Oh,
No! I think the fishing vessel has run aground. He's got it going.
hard place to do you.
Yeah, he's off the sandbar. And after that start, he's having a shocker. Feel sorry for him. Won't jump back up the KO.
He's a bit of a quiet achiever, too, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, push.
He's been careful because he's got Mr. Matthew in behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of pressure behind.
You look just in that distance, you can see a green-eyed monster going, hold each other up, boys, I'm coming.
There he is in the background.
Hold him up, boys, too. Slow him down. Close the door. This is where you think it'd just drag through. This didn't seem to.
Right, he got nothing. You needed to get the drive out of the corner to make it happen.
Yeah.
It was one of those ones you got on too early, though. You end up over the back of the ripple strip and
Yeah.
onto that grass. See you later.
Mm.
There's the different lines right there.
Yeah. It didn't really matter, did it? If you were that little bit wider or closer, it just seemed to work out.
Still that boy's mirrors in front of you.
Boys wide there.
And he's going
Oh,
wide.
oh.
Can he hang on? Can he hang on?
Who's he up the inside?
Right,
He's close to me.
having a look, but not quite close enough. No
Right
cigar. Hey, it's the Cat Man in the chat.
Yeah,
Good to have you back, Nath.
Hey, mate.
How are you?
It's a good boys view. It's Marty. I'm just going to tuck into this one here. I had the most epic battle for the back half of the race with these two blokes. Just want to give them a shout out. Doug Wright, Greg Shelton. I tell you what, it was bloody full on. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Hard, but be a racing.
Yep, up 14 spots, having an absolute blast for these guys. Yeah, who else? We got some battles down the pack. Darren Friend and Hughesy. These guys having a cracker as well. Hughesy driving well. Caught up in a few things at the start as well. And who else can I have a look at? The other bloke who was doing quite well, up in the top 10, up 2 spots. Lester Craig is in the wall. Is definitely not good. A little bit of damage. Nathan Favero. He's in the thick of it now. He's the next man to feel the pressure of the one and only Leaky Powell. As the kid drops in. How are you, Hazy? Hainsey? Need her up 8 as well, yep. There's some good racing going on here tonight. Leaky Powell trying to fight his way back through. Hasn't been his own way. Set a cracking qualifying time. Put himself half a second ahead of the rest of the pack. But here he is, back in fourth.
He's got a tie on the grass. He's trying.
He's trying everything.
Yeah. Nathan doing a good job here too.
Yeah. Keep him at bay, Nathan. A little side bump here and run him off in the grass.
Or listen down the straight. You've really got time to have a look at your relative too. Or have a coffee or a cigarette or a vape, whichever you're in.
Simon Haynes is here for the tips. You want number 13, number 8, and the other lucky number that comes up quite regularly is 88. Occasionally 69 will come out as well. Hey, Lukey gets past Favero. Brad Grant, the next man up the road. Let's go back. We'll just lap 25. We might go back and check on our good friend, Mr. Wright. We'll go back to that battle with Doug. What are we looking for? It was good. Like, it was intense. Like, all these guys saying, oh, it was hard to pass. I was stuck behind somebody. You know, you got to do the old show the nose, drive a different line, make him think. Is he going to attack here? Is he going to attack there?
The occasional little tickle off the back bumper.
Yeah, get them looking in their mirrors.
Yeah, that's right, and make it strategic.
Yeah, like, here we go. Show the nose on the inside. I'm coming. Am I going to do this? No, I'm not.
Patience.
Patience, yes, patience.
Something like
Here we
that.
go, here we go. Show the nose again. Oh,
Drag.
oh, a little tap. I'm here, son.
Oh, no. He's got
Well
full.
done.
Oh, good job. Not over yet.
Not over yet. And then he drove himself up. I did leave him room. You can see I left him room, but yeah.
Ooh. Then he cuts another one
Then
off.
Shelton comes in, the old 2 for 1. Well, let me say, it's not all over yet. And we'll go back to someone else. Lester Craig He's in a good little battle here with the one and only Vaughan Robinson.
They're the ones you just got to take a deep breath, regroup yourself, because there's still a few laps to go.
Yeah.
And it's so bloody hard when you're sitting behind someone and just going like, they just working off the back of that car. And all of a sudden you've got to go, fuck, where are my braking marks again?
Yep.
Yes. I think it's hard just to get the heat out of your head when you make those mistakes you get past. It's like the temperature just goes right up.
Yeah, especially when you get a hip and shoulder coming out too. Just
Yeah.
I read an interesting article this week about the anxiety of having someone in your mirrors, the anxiety of getting in front of them, and how motorsport is such a mental game. It was a great move here by Vaughan. Let's see if he can hang on to this.
definitely got the drive.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Yeah, good job.
Pushing off the corner. I didn't press. Where's that black book? B. Galloway.
5 driver points, thanks.
And Lester
Oh,
in the
look,
lane.
Yeah,
No, I think Lester had something happen. He left or something. I'm not sure what happened to Lester. Jump on with Matty Fu. He's battling away here pretty hard as well.
Not far behind that green-eyed monster, boys. Look at that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Green wheels, green headlights. It's all happening.
Definitely lurking with intent.
Just wondering, have you got green hair too, Matt?
Yeah, I'm over 40. How do you know I've even got here?
Oh, that's tight.
Well, that worked.
It's incredible how you can follow a person half a second behind them for 10 laps, and then you'll finally get past them, and then you just start making mistakes.
I think you underestimate too how much you abuse your tyres sitting so close behind someone. Your fronts.
Yeah. Oh, move.
Oh, move. Gonna make
I'm
it
like, who do I
stick.
go?
Gonna make it
Who
stick.
do I go with? Who do I go with?
Always go the inside.
Yep.
You follow Brock or Cam? Which one do you follow?
And jump back. So that's some good moves there.
He does fight. He does fight me.
Yeah. And he's in the grass too.
I thought I was about to end up in the grass right then.
Yeah. Darryl's in there too now. He's going good.
Eyes forward though.
Yeah. I like how they've changed the mirror in the car. It doesn't seem as like they're so close anymore, I don't think. Or maybe I've changed something.
What's this mirror you talk of?
Is that why I ran into you last week?
You can change your field of view in the mirror.
Yeah, they seem, in mine, they seem further back than they used to be in the old, the other car. I don't feel like they're on me as much, but I've also learned to probably trust the guys behind me at the moment. So when you're racing Luke and Ross and that, it's pretty, not going to really ram you, but in saying that, I've hit a couple of blokes in the last couple of weeks, so I should just pipe down.
I don't mind a little bit of rubbing.
I just get impatient.
As long as you buy me a drink, you know.
Yeah, I'll send one over. That's a good view. Oh, under 10 to go too now.
Yep. Getting to the pointy end now.
Ooh, Luke's right on Brad too. Seventh, eighth, ninth. It's still a close battle. And 10th.
Yeah, they're all close. Lukey Powell has caught up to Grant.
Did you just ship Kayla?
No.
Did
No,
you
no,
just...
No, he ran wide. It's all that person.
The video man just happened to change it right at the right time, eh?
Cheers, John.
Invoices in the mail.
Yeah. So at this stage, I was just hoping that Brad would hang on.
Well, he's doing all right at the moment.
Yeah.
I know the boys at AJR would be cheering for him here.
Come on, Brad. Little brake check, slow him down in the middle of the corner, drive off. The old scafey trick.
We tried to launch it off the curb. No!
Oh,
The pressure. The pressure.
Exactly what I was saying before. Get on the accelerator too early. End up on the back of that curb.
Built the pressure.
just unsettled him.
So at this stage, you've obviously seen him come past.
Oh, big shove.
Oh,
Hey, what's going on here?
Return circle, look at that.
yeah, that's right. One green eye for another green eye, eh, Roscoe?
There's rubbing and then there's rubbing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no complaining, that's the main thing.
Yeah, my drink arrived today.
Yeah, so I had a couple of seconds on here and I thought there's no way I'm going to hold out till like the second last lap, but I somehow managed to. He was only sort of creeping on me sort of 0.3 or 4 of a lap.
It's yours to lose at this stage. I got to say, Luke, all the rookies are doing well. We got a rookie in 3, 4, 6, and 7, and 8. That's a fair effort from all those boys.
Yeah, great. The races have been great.
I'm pretty impressed how they've pretty much found their feet, found their racecraft, and just got on with it.
Yeah.
Hasn't been too many dramas with too many things.
No. So Nathan, Brad are new. They're rookies, are they? Nathan, Brad?
Nathan, Matty Fu, KO, Nathan, Brad are all rookies, and Callahan.
Oh yeah, they're going good.
Yeah. It's going to drop back with Slats. Yeah, Eddie's doing well. Slats.
Is he on Mr. Paddock?
Yeah, Slats keeping the pressure on Pato.
He's still been going like this for all race. By the look of it.
Yeah.
Guessing Jeff wanted to sold a couple of Harleys over the weekend.
Oh, if you are in store, beautiful Saturday morning. Weather would be sensational in Akron. Just got to say, the wife said you can buy it. In fact, the wife said you're a chicken if you don't buy it. Go have a chat to Mr. Eddie. He'll hook you up with a good deal.
Just say JBR sent you.
There is my man. There he is, Mr. Jeff. There he is.
He's up 12 too.
Up 12. Yeah, Petty tucked up behind him.
So you're up 17, John. How did you go in? Oh no.
Oh.
Someone's run off. Pity, so
Yeah, Pity run wide.
Pity's trying to clean the grain out somewhere.
Yeah, up 17. Yep. There we go.
Yeah. Come on,
Yep. Wasn't
Sorry,
me,
John.
it was you. Oh,
So did you have a little miss in qualifying to get back that far, or
nah.
no? Just couldn't get it happening.
Nah, I'd probably say half of those spots I probably contribute to Mr. Baxter. Thank you, Rob. Respect. That's probably about the real deal there. Let's go check on Tommy. He's got Matty Fu tucked up behind him.
Couple more.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
done well.
these boys having a good little battle.
That best result to date, is it?
But Tommy,
Yeah.
no, he's had better than that last season. Probably this season, yes.
Yeah, this season.
Five to go.
Wouldn't know that answer to that question, Dane. That's one for you to ask your uncle.
Cads has just written, I'm spewing on Mr. Race. Dan Schaefer says, "No, it's all good, mate. You would've run Mr. Race."
And I'm saying I'm spewing you Mr. Race too because
Yeah, no, he's good.
I had been a busy boy.
Yes.
I had introduced a new superhero.
Yeah.
But the problem was he wasn't racing last night.
Mate, unfortunately, he's working. I'm,
Yeah.
normally in the chat with Cad.
Is he back next week?
Working, I think. His shifts have changed.
At some stage, I'll have to launch the CAD man.
Yeah, bring him back. Him and Gunter.
Everyone thought Superman was cool. Wait till you see the CAD man.
Yeah,
Has he got
get it done.
Has he got his undies on the inside or the outside?
Does he have undies at all? Leaky Powell is caught up. Dan?
Ah, jeez. I'm starting to sweat already. Reliving it.
I'd be sweating too. You got Baldock just in front of you.
Now, look at that. He's giving us some room. Yeah, Davey. Love you, buddy.
Gentleman driver.
It's a good little battle.
Doing well, though.
Yeah, I had a reasonable rhythm. I mean, that's all I had, but I can't say. Yeah, I had another half a second in the lap to try and stay in front of him. I was tapped out.
What lap did you put on? 17?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, 17. Lukey went in on 13, no? So he's got old tyres here.
He just seems to be able to move the car around so nice. When you do see him in the mirror, he just seems to be able to put it really where he wants.
It's just because it's a Camaro, mate.
We can't be friends.
I know he works hard with Chris Barrage. I don't know. A few of the M1 boys have been working with Blake Raw boys.
With coaching and stuff.
Hmm.
I'm hopefully getting an upgrade next week. I'm getting a new wheel, so I could be in the back of the pack.
They make a difference. No comment from Baxter. I have not once talked about you moving to another team, so I'm not sure why there's no comment.
Just dropped him in it.
What are you not commenting about, Rob?
I'm trying. Kads is giving me the come-ons. I'm trying, Kads. I'm trying.
There he goes, big dive. No, he thought about it. Not many laps left here.
No.
Kadsy also reckons he's a free baller.
Fine. Not all heroes wear capes, eh?
Yeah, but they might wear a gimp mask. Did I say that out loud?
It's not being recorded.
No, good. Oh, a bit loose, bit loose.
All right.
He's definitely trying.
Bag him up, son.
How much are you going? Yeah, all these guys in front of me. Get out of the way.
Yeah, well, ultimately, probably, as you'll see, if the editor in charge probably near the end of this lap probably should jump in Luke's car and you get a good view.
Something else I've got to look at in 2 seconds.
Like you watch this down here, we're side by side.
Oh, Jesus.
That's hectic.
He
Like,
squeezed
it was
that
really
through.
exhilarating. It was really exhilarating racing. Like, it was so much fun. But all it did is put him closer to me.
I'm trying to watch two things at once. This is going to be interesting. We go back. We'll come back to that in 2 seconds. I'll watch where they are on the track map.
I reckon if you want to watch how good Luke is, jump in his car. It's definitely can steer.
You're doing a pretty good job yourself.
Oh no, that's me. It's probably not the view. This is a better view.
Oi.
Yeah. Oh.
Working the wheel. Off the curb. Little up, little rub, little rub.
Yeah, and then he just moved me, the bastard. Just a little there. Anyway. I was at this point. I was at this point. I was swearing. I was sort of also admiring how good he moved me, but
Matty, bit of a move by Matty Fu on Tommy DeWitt. We've missed the look on, but anyway.
come on, Dan. Drive better.
Another Pulp Fiction, man. Like it. Love it. Love it, Nath. Last lap. Still a few battles around. Heading down the back here. Callahan having a look up the inside of KO. KO, of course, tucked up behind DeWitt. Jump up the front to Lukey Powell, though. It's been all about this bloke behind him, not about the bloke in front. A great little win. Daniel Schaefer in second. Great race. Nathan Favaro home in third again. This guy is racking up consistent top 10s. Brad Grant in fourth. Fifth, Matty Fu.
Good effort, up 5.
Up 5, yep.
Wait, Mr. DeWitt up 8.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gone good.
And he's going to hold off KO Philo.
In the grass.
Callahan behind him, yep.
There he is, Roscoe.
Roscoe Vaughan in top 10, up 6. Shane Patterson in 11th. Slater up 11. Holly up 7. Whiting, he's going to be down a few.
And down a bumper by look at that.
Yep, Eddie behind him. Simon Pitt in 16. Doug Wright 17. Walden up 15 in 18th. Then Ree will hold on. Shelton up 16 in 19. Shelton will be 20th. Friend.
You done all right?
And Adam Hughes is going to hold off Darren Freer. 24th will be O'Loughlin. Timmy Hall. I'm in 25th. And Morris coming through to finish as well.
Oh, no.
They're done, I think. Those boys. Bulldog's done as well. That is the end of it. Hit that magic button. Hit that one. And hit that one. So Lukey Powell takes the podium. He would be pretty chuffed with that again. I think he had to work for it last night. Definitely shown the quality that he can drive.
And still.
He is definitely on track, I think, to take out the season 23 championship, but we'll definitely still have to wait and see. He's still got to turn. I literally say got to turn up. Literally has to turn up for the next 3 races. No, 2 more. To get himself over the line. I think, though, fitting winner. Pub test will be very interesting based off some of his qualifying times. Committee meeting this evening. His name was on the agenda. So,
is it do you actually decide if he goes up 1 split or 2 splits, or
he'll automatically go up 1, and then the pub test will then come into play, where the pub group will sit down, crack a beer, and go, well, if you're qualifying in the top 5 of split 2 every week? Should you be in split 3? So that question will get asked. So
Yeah. Can you match the results? Like when you look back at the results of the splits and see what sort of laps he does in bits and pieces?
oh yeah,
With his telemetry and that?
yeah. I mean, you're talking an absolute data boffin in the group that we have, and everything gets scrutinised, and
Yeah.
so for a name to get put up into the pub test group, they've done everything right, really well.
Yeah. Like he trailed us last week. I think
Yeah.
it was like 30 seconds in front of second or something.
Yeah, and he trailed us last season as well in the couple of races he did. So he only just scraped in the pub test this year to stay here. So sorry, this season to stay in this split. So
I'd just like to add that's the only time I've ever passed him. So great footage. John. Great footage.
But I know Lukey would like to thank, of course, Mr. Crosby and the team at M1 Cars. He would like to also thank Pecky Performance and Dino Tune and Performance. I can't get it right. So he'd like to thank the team sponsors. He'd like to thank the boys in the team. I know they've all been working very hard together for a long time now and starting to get some good results. A good bunch of blokes over at M1. We move to P2. Mr. Schaefer, how did you find that one?
Oh, I loved it, to be honest. I've had I've had some good results in the last few weeks. I've probably had some rough races where I was a bit annoyed with my undoings, but this one I was really pleased that I put together basically a complete race without too many dramas, and I had a ball. To be honest, I got beaten by a better bloke, and that's you just got to cop that. And so yeah,
I know I should have changed cars, but that is how he got shuffled back those 5 spots at the start. Sorry.
Yeah. No. It keeps me smiling. It's good.
You've done well. You're really finding your feet this season. You sort of stepped up a bit last season and sort of showed glimpses of it, but you've sort of been very consistent this season. What would you say?
I managed to qualify well and stuff like that's been good.
Yeah, well, yeah, best say. So qualifying well has been the key behind it.
Yeah, to be honest, some stupid things that I fixed. So my internet's been one thing, and I've been putting a bit more effort in doing practicing before I race.
Yep.
So that's been one of the other things. But
Definitely shown.
Yeah, and going up in wheels. So obviously it's an upgrade. So expecting.
Yeah, I've only got like a G920. That's all I've been running. I've gone to a R9 thing. Glenn's got one, and it really helped him out. So he's been bugging me to get a bit more decent, something that I can afford. And so I maybe get that next week. And I don't know if I should bolt it on, but I'll probably go back to the back or whatever.
Yeah.
But
No, that's fair enough.
You won't go wrong. I bought one myself, and they're a great wheel.
Yeah, he just told me that you got so much more feel when you're getting off the corner and wheel spin, and sort of tells you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That's pretty cool. And of course, Nathan Favero in third. Just before we talk about Nath, just answer your question, Rob. Yeah, look, exactly that, Nate. That's why we've kept him. We didn't move him up after the first two rounds or 3 rounds. I had a chat, kept him where we've kept him for that reason, because at the end of the day, he's fast, but he's still got to do what he's got to do if he's going to win a championship or finish in a promotion position. So, he's turning up every week. That's the first start, and he's doing well.
And for the rest of us, we can only race with what we're given too. Like it's sort of good to race against a guy like that because it gives you an idea of what you can do.
Yeah. Well, it gives you an idea too of what's up the front. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Like back in the old days, I used to race with buddy against McKnight and all the leading boys, like Varga and all those guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when you actually see them driving around you, you go, oh, fuck, can do that.
Learning curve.
Yeah, massive. And of course, Nathan Favero from We Race. I think he'd like to thank his teammates. He'd like to thank all the other competitors in the split. Race Control boys, give a shout out to those. And of course, Nath, absolutely loving it as well from a couple of conversations I've had with him. texts I've had with him over the last couple of weeks. Another guy absolutely doing well and improving week from week, which is great to see. Driver of the day, lads. Any thoughts?
It's going to be a hard one.
Yeah, I'm leaning on Jeff Eddy.
Yep.
Yeah, he's had a good race.
Anyone
Yeah,
else?
very good race from Jeff at that hour of the morning.
Wait, how many spots he did? Oh, yeah,
Up 12.
Nice.
But even Vaughan's been I think he's been a big improver lately too. I don't know if he's been as consistent as what he has in the last few weeks when we've seen him qualifying well and he's racing pretty good. Tommy did a good job.
Yep.
Sean, Flats has done a good job.
Everyone in the chat, any names?
Rob
Hey,
Baxter.
Jeff. Start of the day, yeah.
Anita's shouting out JVR.
Can't give it to me. Can't give it to me.
I'll go Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. Right, we'll stick it on Jeff then. Where are you, Mr. Eddie? Here you are there. And I'm sure the boys over at Team AJR will love that one. There we go. And just have a bit more fun. We'll add that in as well. Move that across.
Rob,
There we go. Congratulations, Jeff, on drive of the day. Let's see if I can get a better camera as well. Something will go in a bit closer. Turn the car around straight, son. Yeah, Jeff Eddy, that is a good one. Quite happy with that. Like, it is definitely good for him to be there. If up the day goes to Rob. Don't even have to vote. Don't even have to vote for that. So yeah, Mr. Eddie from Team AJR, Team 1T6. Great to have that. I'm going to have to work out your address so we can send it over to you when the time comes. That is good. Big fan of Jeff as well. Like, you know, he's been in and out for the last couple of years or few years. You know, races when the time zone suits. No, it's a big difference apparently between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning. You know, and yeah, friend on Facebook, so I follow everything Jeff gets up to. Absolute cracking bloke. No, and no, nothing wrong with sim races from around the world.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, I do have one other thing. I'm going to try and do something tricky.
As long as you're over 40, you're right. Over.
Yeah. Where's he from? Where's Jeff from?
Akron, New York, which is about
nice.
15 Ks out of, correct me if I'm going to be wrong here, about 15 Ks, I think, out of Buffalo.
Yeah.
And lives, you know, where Stacey Boyd comes from. So our first two Americans in the league were literally living, you know, within a 15-kilometre radius of each other.
Yeah, wow.
Which to me is freaking scary when you think about the size of the states, the number of people in the states, and what are the chances of them being that close.
What's that in miles? Because they might not understand kilometres.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. I'm just going to flash this up on the screen real quick.
Woo! Official match.
Yep. So we have official merch coming very shortly. I think we'll start to see some stuff going up in Discord in the next week. So there's jackets available. There'll be T-shirts, baseball shirts, polo shirts, hoodies, and, of course, caps as well, and stubby holders. We've still got heaps of stubby holders from our last run that we've done. They'll all be sold through the LGC Images shop.
What sizes are they? They Island Boy size or are they?
If it's not in the shop, have a chat to Reg. I'm sure we can work something out. That's what I was going to say. Of course, what we've done, as mentioned in the chat as well before, and I think I mentioned it last week. What we've done, we have basically officially licensed LCG Images online shop to look after doing merch for the league. It's not a money-making exercise for LCG. That was part of the deal. It's just about getting merch available for members to get out there. And basically, it's not a money-making scheme for the league either. It's just giving you guys the ability to wear shirts and all the rest of it. I know I've got 1 or 2 shirts that I've bought in the past. I'm drinking out of a Bet stubby holder right now. It's just getting you a bit of branding out there. Reg does a few other special little things, but if there's anything that's not on that shop list that you want, ask Reg about it. He's got the official licensing to chuck our logo on whatever. So just keep an eye out for that as that goes up in Discord.
How are we looking on the championship?
That's where we're going. That's my next thing.
Going to be tight.
How are we looking? I'm not looking too good for Luke. No, Luke's in trouble.
Has he won every race he started?
Pretty much.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's have a look at the championship now. Let's throw that up. After 7 rounds with 2 drops, and I've got unofficial, but it is actually official. Can we pre-order? Luke Ullman, you don't need to pre-order because it's just a store, so work out what you want to buy. Pato, I don't think we can get them big enough for you, mate. Going back to Luke, you don't need to pre-order, so it's not like we have to get everyone to do an order and then do a minimum run of, say, 20 shirts or whatever, and then get them 20 shirts sent to me, and we bundle it all up and send it out to everyone individually. It's a case of we will basically get, if you want to buy 1 shirt, you just go on into the store and buy 1 shirt. There's no time frame to order. It's just an online store. So that makes life
Sounds good.
it makes much easier for the league admin to manage. Reg is happy to manage it from that end, that side of it. So it'd be really cool. And Pato, we can't get him big enough for you, mate. Sorry. You'll have to pass on that one. So back to this. Leaky Powell, 924 points. He's 68 points ahead of Darryl Callahan. So Darryl, after his couple of interesting rounds with...
That's with 2 drops, yeah?
That's with 2 drops. So this really opens the game up. So Nathan Favero is only 7 points behind, sharing 3rd spot with Daniel Schaefer, sharing 3rd spot with Phil Whiting. That is a battle there already. Who is going to be on the podium? Ross Watson, you are only 25 points behind with 3 to go.
Yeah.
This is on. Matty Foo's only back on 806. He's within striking distance. Tommy DeWitt, I would stay just in striking distance. Baxter. I'm talking before that. I'm talking podium. So now I'm saying Baxter. You want promotion? It is not that far in front of you, son. Head down, get the car off the line, get round turn 1, and the world is your oyster. Lester Craig in the top 10, only 1 point behind Baxter. Grant, only 2 points behind Craig. O'Loughlin, only 1 point behind Grant. It is close.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it looks better without drops, just saying.
It is close. It is going to be a battle to the finish. There are going to be some surprises over the next 2 weeks. I've already talked about Daytona, and I asked you guys, actually I'll ask you, I'll put it out to everybody. What's your most memorable thing about races in F1 at Lagos?
Rain.
Bring it on.
Santa.
Maybe rain.
But that's all right. So that's pretty much a dead giveaway what's happening. So there will be rain this season. I did promise it. iRacing buggered it, but into Lagos it will be wet. So it's just a case of how wet. That's the only decision that's got to be made.
That'd be cool.
If last year's F1's got anything to go with it, it's going to be wet.
Soon. So that then leads.
I heard that.
And then that leaves us with the last round, of course, which is the no drop round, which will be at VIR, which we're all getting used to these tracks where it's hard to pass, but it's also a track where it's easy to make mistakes. So it's going to be a tough finish.
I enjoy that track.
Yeah.
I like the VAA. I just hope there's the right diff ratio in it.
You get a diff. What's the diff?
The diff made a difference this week. I can tell you that much. So if you're listening, McKnight, I'm telling you, diff ratio.
I like his setup this week. I reckon I reckon there's days. I suppose like it's anybody, and that's what setups are about. But I'll race along.
I think the racing would have been a little bit more interesting with one step up on the diff ratio.
Yeah.
Don't know. It's a hard one because then you still all got the same, haven't you?
Depends where you ended up in the field, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly right. So that's pretty much it. As I said, we had a committee meeting this evening. Keep eyes peeled going into probably about Thursday, if not a day or two before, but keep eyes peeled for the entry form for season 24.
When does that start?
Does that start? Soon. When does that start? I can give you the exact start date. Please hold caller. That will start on Thursday, the 26th of June, run through to the 28th of August. Few minor changes coming to the regs and how we run it. Nothing major. There will be a little bit of an uphaul, a few boys not coming back into race control, so there'll be a few changes in that aspect. Working on getting a few people in. So if you are interested in race control, let Dave Coleman know, so we can try and fill some spots. It's definitely starting to shape up for season 24 already. It's the year is well and truly halfway now, and quite scary when you think 26th of June. It's only a month away.
Yeah, that's right.
Or 5 weeks away, so it's not far away. It'll be the usual 2 weeks for everyone to register. I know there's a few people who won't be coming back. That's fine. There are at least 14 people on the waiting list sitting there ready to go. Couple of interesting names, couple of people coming back, couple of old timers coming back. We may even see Trans-Tasman Racing, TTR, back in the league as well. So for those who don't know who TTR is, that is Madison Downs' team. Ooh. Not saying the driver, not going to name the driver, but it will be very interesting to see.
That boy need a fake ID. There must be Rehan on there too. I'll definitely be asking for it.
It'll be very interesting to see this guy. Looking forward to him. He has raced in vets before, so looking forward to him coming back. I know he has plenty to say quite regularly, particularly in the Pro Series, but it'll be quite good to see him back. I'm sure he can put that race suit to good use if he's listening. So I think that probably did give away who it is now. So hopefully we'll get a few names off the waiting list back into the group. Another old timers coming back as well. Everyone's been laughing about the former PRA driver. Well, guess what? There's a former PRA driver on the wait list as well. So it'll be interesting to see what all happens. Anyway, we'll keep a close eye on that one. That is round 7 done, 8, 9 and 10 to go. We are at the business end. The only other thing I just want to highlight as we get into the business end, we are not resetting license points at the start of the season next year. License points will carry over at the same intensity that they have been this season. So don't forget, it's a 10-round rolling thing. So you're not going to get your tally down until you've been around through 10 rounds. So if you are up in incident points already, license points already, I highly recommend you look after yourself, because it could be a long time before you start to clean those license points up. And we have them for a reason, to try and tidy up racing. So if you've got a lot of license points, maybe you got to have a little bit of a hard think about your
What is
racing.
a lot of What's a lot?
A lot? Well, 25 will give you a race ban.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And 15 will give you a drive-through. Sorry, a pit lane start. So pit lane starts next season, because there's been plenty of talk about them. Pit lane starts will be as follows. So the start of the race will occur, at which point when cars are gridding, pit lane exit will be closed. And so that is the green cones. You can't drive past the green cones at the pit exit. But mind you, you can't come off the jacks until you're allowed to. Or sorry, you can't get waved out of your bay until they let you out.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you will not be allowed to pass the pit lane exit, which is the green cones, until the last car on track has passed the safety car 2 line and the race control has opened the lane. So it's not even a case you sit there and wait. If they forget to open the lane, or if it's a track where they've deemed it's a beneficial pit lane for having a pit lane start, they may make you sit there a little bit longer. So just be conscious of that. That is one of probably the biggest changes that will be coming into next season. So keep an eye out for those. The regs and the entry forms and everything else will hopefully go up over the next 5 days. And then, you'll have basically 2 weeks to get your stuff done, at which time when we get to the Thursday night of the last round, if you've not entered by 7 o'clock on that night, you will forfeit your right tool position in the 200, and then the waiting list guys will get dropped straight in when we get to that stage. So then if there is 190 guys on the list, I drop 10 wait list guys in, and you're one of those 10 guys that didn't do your entry, you will be sitting out. So just remember that. I know it sounds blunt, but that's the way it is. I'm not chasing, or we're not chasing drivers. We're not going to remind you. We're just going to do our usual post up. This is what we're doing. And we're not going to chase and hound everybody. It's up to you guys as over 40-year-old grown men to be able to get yourselves organised. Anyway, that's me being cranky. On that note, we might wrap it up. I want to say a huge, huge thank you, of course, to my good friends that have jumped in here this evening and joined me with Daniel Schaefer, Mark Doyle, Ross Watson. It's his blokes dropping in every week. Of course, anyone want to drop in, they're more than welcome to. His blokes dropping in every week, having a chat to me. It's also a huge thank you to everybody out in the YouTube land on the chat. Great to see everybody in there again. We all talk about how hard and how frustrating it gets, but of course it is also some good feedback with everybody in there, but it also shows the fact that everyone comes and watches and gets involved. It also shows everyone cares about what we're doing here. I know the cars are not as exciting as Gen 2 for some people, but we are trying to spice it up a little bit somehow. On that note, I really want to thank our committee. They do an amazing job. We may have some changes coming in that group based off some messages that were going around to me last night. I haven't followed through on following up what's going on there, but we'll do at some stage. And I also want to thank my fellow management team with Scotty, Dave and Bruce, and particularly Dave and Bruce. Those guys have come on board into the management group this season, knowing how busy Scotty and myself are, and those guys have picked up and taken a huge load on board and have really helped a lot, and I really appreciate the work that those guys put in as well. But the biggest group I really want to thank, of course, is the 200 plus drivers that we've got running around the league. it wasn't for yous blokes, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing anyway. So really appreciate what yous guys all do. And on that amazing note, we will close the broadcast again with a huge thanks to everybody. And we'll see everybody again next Friday night for a bit of Daytona action. Looking forward to that one. See you then.
Using the RaceKraft PT1 custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.